Hey everyone, Irit here with another process video for HipKit Club, and I'm starting with this gorgeous piece of light pink cardstock. We've been getting light pink cardstock in our cardstock kits in the last few months, and I know there's been like different shades. So in August and September, I think we got the Basil Petal Soft, if you're on the hunt for that shade. And this one is not the same, but it's very similar to the Petal Soft. I don't remember the name, but I say it in the unboxing video of the October kits. So I'm using the October kits. And the October kits have a little bit of a different color palette. It's very autumnal and has all kinds of blues and yellows, but I'm always drawn to pinks and kind of warm orangey reds and yellows. Those are my favorite. So I like to not pool, not swimming pool. I like to pull those colors from the kit, and you'll see me doing just that here. And starting with that pink cardstock is a great start for me because I love pink. I applied heavy gesso to kind of the center of the cardstock, leaving about, I don't know, a 2-inch or 2.5-inch frame on all sides, just to, I don't know, I had this idea of kind of making this layout where almost everything was within this square. I also love when I use this light pink cardstock, I love pairing it with some white paint or gesso. You can use both. I just have heavy gesso handy. I recommend whenever you're using paper that is not watercolor paper, so almost all scrapbooking paper, cardstock, or pattern paper, I recommend using heavy paint which has less water in it, because all these scrapbooking papers are not meant to handle lots of water. So I decided to add kind of this frame. You saw me do that with a few of the mists that we've received in the last couple of months in the color kits, and I was just using the other side of the nozzle, so the side that is actually, you know, dipped into the bottle when the bottle is closed, instead of my, I don't know, brush, I guess, to apply the mist. And of course you could use a brush to do that, but I hate I'm lazy, so the nozzle works well. You just have to like dip it again and again in the mist, because it doesn't hold, it's not like a brush, it doesn't hold a lot of fluid on it. So I let that dry. I also added some splatters, and then I fussy cut this gorgeous floral from one of the Project Life cards, and I used another Project Life card as my photo mat, and I also added some journaling in my typewriter. So I have this old typewriter that my husband found in their attic, and so I added my journaling. I really like the font. Obviously you can do this on your computer and print this in the same way. And I decided to mat all this journaling and photo and piece of floral on a striped pink pattern paper from the kit. So at the beginning I thought I was going to leave this word white. I really liked kind of that idea, but I couldn't help myself because I love my mixed media, and I actually kind of colored this word in my first layout using the October kit. I just sprayed it with some blue spray. You can see that it got this ombre effect because I sprayed only the bottom part. It looks great and super easy. Here I decided to go with a packaging technique with some sprays. I wanted also to add some of the yellow that I have on my layout, and the best match was, of course, this yellow Inklings little pot that came in the color kit. Now to activate these, they come dry and you have to add some water and kind of best is to wait, but I was impatient. I wanted to get going, so I didn't wait. So I had to work a little bit harder to get the paint activated. If you just spray it when you start making your layout, spray a couple of, sprays of water into these pots and then just leave it standing for a few minutes. It'll be much, much easier to use it. Yeah, but I made it work, so I just used a brush. And I also added some of the Mango Tango spray that we got. It's kind of like this very warm, I don't know, red, I guess, orangey red, gorgeous color. So I added all three of them, and I added mine mostly on the bottom 2/3 of the word. I just love that ombre look, but obviously I think maybe for my next layout, I think I will go crazy and just go crazy, do some crazy scrapbooking and paint that entire word. So I won't leave any white. Well, maybe I will, but just because I think I really love how the packaging technique looks on it, like these stains of mist are just one of my favorite looks. I prefer that to using like a brush or even spraying, just because with the packaging you get all these stains, and I love that look. Yeah, that's my favorite. So I think for next layout I will also use this. I'm using this alignment guide from American Crafts for thickers, and it's fantastic. I'm really enjoying it. It's like super easy. If you have a T-square ruler, then of course you can use that, but I haven't been able to find in all of Austria, well, in the few stores that are around me, I haven't been able to find a good, simple T-square ruler. They're all either like huge and heavy and just don't fit my needs, for aligning this type of things on this scale of like papers and dimensions and everything. So the thicker alignment works really well for me. I think I mostly just use it to add things straight, but not crooked. But I'm sure I will also use them to align thickers one of these days. So now I'm just trying to make sure this is straight. It's just because I had this whole design of the square in the middle. I just wanted to keep things as straight as I could. So also I used that alignment tool for the word today. I just think if it was crooked, it would kind of mess up the whole look. So now it's time to add some embellishments, and I'm going to keep it minimal, but yet it took me a pretty long time to, find the right pieces. So I'm kind of adding a few more details to that piece of floral, and I think that's a really great idea to, you'll see me, I used kind of a die cut of a leaf that I cut into two so I could use both edges of it, and I tucked it behind the leaves in that floral piece that I fussy cut. And I'm also going to add some puffy stickers with those leaves also behind that floral piece, just to give it more dimension and more texture and more interest. And that's the nice thing about the kits, that you have kind of the same elements repeating in different textures. So, with the leaves we have these wood veneers and the ephemera pack and puffy stickers, and it's just really interesting to build up on that look. And while I was kind of going through the stuff, I really was already inspired to create my next layout, and I think for that one I already have the picture in mind that I want to use. It's of my two girls outside, kind of in high fall season, and so it's really fitting to use. I want to use kind of a lot of the leaves and flowers and those elements from the kits, and just play with that. So I think I will try and use a bunch of them on my next layout. I just have to figure out what kind of design I can use to be able to use a lot of them and still keep the layout looking not too crazy busy. So I think a good strategy of doing that is what I'm doing here, which is basically everything that I'm adding is very concentrated to the middle of my layout. So I still have all that, you know, pink frame, that large pink frame around everything. That is kind of my, you know, air quotes, white space. It just gives your eye a place to rest, and then I can kind of pile up the embellishments in the middle. So at the beginning I thought about adding some black accents. You saw me adding that heart, and I was thinking about adding a few of these kind of like fabric embellishments that we got, but I felt it was too distracting and decided to stay with the other colors and just let that black and white in the photo really pop. I really wanted to use that cute puffy sticker camera, and I should have added it there because I think it looks good there, but I didn't. Maybe I can go back and add it. And yeah, so I also pulled some of these gorgeous leaf wood veneers that are exclusive to the kit, and they're just gorgeous. So I'm adding 3 of them in different areas, and just going through the embellishments and looking for things that work color-wise, so mostly yellow and kind of that warm reddish color. And yeah, that's almost it. What else is going on? Actually, not a lot. I've been kind of on a creative slump during this month. I think I was a little bit burnt out. I've put out like 3 classes in the last, I don't know, 2.5 months, and that, I guess that was really draining. So I needed a little bit time to recuperate, and hopefully I will be back creating like the wind. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and yeah, thanks so much for watching. I wish you a lovely day and a lovely weekend, and I'll see you soon in another video. Bye!